Easy like Sunday morning. 9 races on the card here for Sunday racing. Victor Carrasco makes his return in race number 6.
Victorina. And they're off. Quick, very quick out of the gate. 5,2 and Maria from Miami and Mama's Eyes right there in that second flight mix. And Notion Street racing up on the outside within 4 of the pace. And LA Victorina trailing field. Quick, Mama's Eyes moves alongside to second and tugging now. And Maria from Miami is in third. 5,2 in between horses heading into the turn. And Notion Street is the one widest of them all in 3 from the front. About 3 or 4 wide. In followed by Ellie Victorina into the far turn run. And there goes Mama's Eyes just in front from 5,2 at the outside. And Quick battles there on the inside. And Maria from Miami is in fourth. Notion Street is next. And Ellie Victorina trailing the field. Top of the stretch where it's Mama's Eyes from Quick out of the inside who continues to battle well. Quick Mama's Eyes head to head for the top of the lane as they make the turn for home. 5,2 is in third. Mama's Eyes asks the question to carry on from Quick who's game. 5,2 out in the middle of the track trying to grind them down with the final furlong. 3 chances Mama's Eyes and Quick and 5,2 on the outside trying to shift it a little bit but gradually making ground. 5,2 Mama's Eyes holding 5,2 got the head in front of the line. 5,2 from Quick a second there Mama's Eyes and Quick was third. Maria from Miami was fourth and Ellie Victorina. Then come morning. Second finish 1 mile. And they're off. Jimmy DeBook out for early speed along with a Dropkick Queen and Grass Cutter down to the inside moving forward too, moving into third and chasing Jimmy DeBook. Jimmy DeBook's in front 3 parts of a length from Grass Cutter, second to the inside, and Dropkick Queen is in third. Another 4 or 5 back then come morning is followed by Galactic Tide who's next and Anath racing to the back of the pack. 1 Las Olas and Dunderboss trailing the field. About 17 lengths from front to back. Good pace going with Jimmy DeBook, 3 parts of a length. Grass Cutter on the inside, trying to prompt on through, and Drop Kick Queen right there to quicken them up as well. Another three then come Morning Travels in the fourth spot as they head on with the far turn run. And now here is one Las Olas who's got 9 to make up, still to the back of the pack now. And Dunder Boss on the far outside there. And followed by Galactic Tide and Anath tails off. Into the far turn run, Drop Kick Queen putting the heat on Jimmy DeBook. Jimmy DeBook and Drop Kick Queen, they're head to head for the lead. Then come Morning is third as they move with 3 furlongs left to run now. Grass Cutter, one Las Olas, still 8 to the front and saving ground, followed by Dunder Boss. Turning for home, Drop Kick Queen from Jimmy DeBook. The lead is about a length as they turn in. Then come Morning just off the inside, try to run on there from third as they turn for home with a quarter of a mile left to go and straighten away for that long run of the second wire. Drop Kick Queen is up top. One Las Olas now getting some momentum on the far outside. Here's one Las Olas who is far back, is coming with a nice run on the far outside with an eighth of a mile left to go. One Las Olas sweeping up the lead from Drop Kick Queen. Then come Morning third. Grass Cutter is fourth. One Las Olas will win. One Las Olas. Drop Kick Queen. Then come Morning.
When we started adding protocols, the first thing we knew we wanted to do was to add veterinarians watching training. We really had to look at all of the opportunities that we had to impact horse safety, controlling medication and training, which had never been done, investing in cutting-edge diagnostic techniques, decreasing the amount of medication that was in the horse on race day. Right now it's training, but we're checking horses that are racing on Saturday. Thank you. You're all right, sweetie. I feel like we are changing things for the better.
Right now, it's basically just being present. We do examine various horses in the days leading up to it. Race day, it's every horse. We're watching the horses, how they warm up. Now they've got weight on their back. We're on different surface. We're still following the horses. All the horses look good during their warm-up, sound ready to run.
I truly feel like we are moving the sport forward. The horses are better for it. We've really changed to focus on putting horses at the center and being the most important part of the equation.
For the one-turn mile. And they're off. Doc Rock, who's first away from the gate, no time like present of the far outside there. Wired in is now moving forward, along with Supe racing up on the inside, so Supe's come to join the leaders. No time like present, and Supe and Doc Rock in between horses. Wired in, those four sort out up front on the pace. Length and a half or two back. Rixie Rocket is now traveling in fifth. Secret Sanctuary, Mr. Cowboy Bradley. Here's Espresso Lungo, about 10 or 11 from the pace up front, and followed by Gig, who's dropping at the back of the pack, followed by Wicosity, who's next, and not as lucky as us, is trailing the field on the far outside, about 15 lengths from front to back, heading into the far turn run. Supe down to the inside, wired in right there to press the issue, and Doc Rock is 3 deep in third position. No Time Like Present, Secret Sanctuary, Espresso Lungo trying to get underway right now. Espresso Lungo now with 3.5 furlongs left to go, is 7 from 3 leaders up top as they make the turn. It is wired in between horses, perhaps with a narrow lead. Doc Rock is pushing on, and Supe continues to battle down to the inside. No Time Like Present, Secret Sanctuary, Espresso Lungo down to the inside continues to gain ground with a 1/4 mile left to go. Doc Rock, the head in front from wired in. Espresso Lungo looking to come through between horses. Supe weakened up. No Time Like Present on the far outside, still very much in it. Espresso Lungo, No Time Like Present, the 2 to settle it. Espresso Lungo, 16th to go. Opens up 2.5, now 3 lengths on No Time Like Present, wired in, and then followed by Doc Rock and Supe. Espresso Lungo.
Introducing the first racing tool from Pegasus to Preakness. Iconic venues. World-class racing. Millions at stake. New champions will be crowned. Only at first.
Down cold. They're off. Cryo, there goes Abuelo Paps up on the inside, and Bossman JJ firing up with some early speed too. Highland Dream is next in fourth. Back to Classier and Down Cold trailing the field. 5/8 to go, and it's Abuelo Paps and Cryo pushing along, and Bossman JJ. Here's Classier trying to pick up there from fourth on the outside. Back to Highland Dream and Down Cold trailing the field. Into the turn, it's Abuelo Paps and Cryo on the outside. Keeps on pressing the issue, and Cryo and Abuelo Paps head to head now as Classier is picked up nicely from third, trying to join while 3 wide. Bossman JJ, then back to Down Cold and Highland Dream toward the quarter pole, and it's Cryo trying to get away from Abuelo Paps down to the inside. Classier looms up big time with a 1/4 mile left to go. Then Bossman JJ and Down Cold into the stretch, and it's Classier on the extreme outside. Cryo's down to dig down. Abuelo Paps near the inside, still in the battle too, with a furlong left to go. Classier just in front. Cryo down to the inside. Down Cold is motoring home late to try to pick up a share. Classier gets away though. Classier from Cryo. Cryo going to be closer for third. Abuelo Paps just hangs on third, I believe, from Down Cold. Then Bossman JJ Highland Dream. And they're off. Slow to go, Our Lucky Man. Very slow to go and racing awkwardly in the early stages, drifting to the outside. Our Lucky Man just pretty much out of it into the first turn run. There goes Krug. And Krug will take that lead. Ace 9-9 down to the inside, and length and a half more. And here's Oxide racing in third position with 7 furlongs left to run as they run that turn. Length and a half more back to Mystic Link, who's next in line. Mr. Thrifty on the far outside, about the 3-path, and Assembly Point in the back of a compact field as they run that turn. And Our Lucky Man, after the very sluggish beginning, has pulled up out of the race there, midway on the turn. So down the back stretch, it's Ace 9-9, matching strides with Krug. Krug and Ace 9-9, not much between them. It's 2 lengths back, and Oxide is tracking the pace, third position. Assembly Point racing in fourth. Mystic Link has to quicken up in between horses there from fifth with 4 furlongs left to go. And Mr. Thrifty, back with this very compact field, 3.5 lengths will cover them. Krug is just in front. Oxide bids up on the far outside toward the lead. Ace 9 on under pressure to stay on now. Mystic Link is in fourth, and Mr. Thrifty on the far outside is firing up too, within 3 of the lead. And trailing the field is Assembly Point. They're at the top of the stretch with Oxide, Mr. Thrifty on the outside rolling up, and Krug down to the inside. In between horses, Mystic Link is spying an opening too. Wide open affair. Mr. Thrifty on the outside comes at Oxide. Oxide, Mr. Thrifty, and Mystic Link in between horses. Mystic Link coming between horses now. Mystic Link on the outside, Mr. Thrifty. Here is Mystic Link from Mr. Thrifty, who drifts just a bit. Oxide back in third. Mystic Link to do it. Mystic Link from Mr. Thrifty to win a length. Oxide was third. Krug was fourth. And Ace 9-9. Ragtime Riches. Lined up 7 Ace. Maidens all set. And they're off. Masterwork just a beat slow to begin. Dialer and Mine Run on the outside. There is Ragtime Riches with early speed, and Mission Man right there on the inside. And so it's going to be Mine Run and Mission Man knocking heads early. The opening furlong. Ragtime Riches is next. The inside Star Street getting underway and a little tight there. Dialer's in between horses, a close fifth, and another 3 lengths back. Sheriff Ronnie, Port Swing racing side by side. They have 7 lengths to make up now. In the back of the pack, we have Masterwork and Library of Congress. 8 lengths will cover the field heading over the far turn. It's Mine Run leading the way with Ragtime Riches 3/4 of a length behind. Mission Man under pressure to stay. Star Street on the outside now moving into third position. They're followed by Dialer. Sheriff Ronnie is next. Then Port Swing gives way. Library of Congress and Masterwork is trailing the field with 2.5 furlongs left to go. Racing to the top of the stretch. Mine Run. Ragtime Riches on the outside. They're well clear of the others now. Sheriff Ronnie trying to punch on there from third, and Dialer on the outside. outside is next, and then followed by the drifting porch swing and Masterwork trying to pick up very late for the final furlong and a half. It is now Mine Run put to a drive from Ragtime Riches. The outside Sheriff Runny. Here's Sheriff Runny running along strongly to second. Mine Run, Sheriff Runny trying to gain ground. Will it be in time? Mine Run, Sheriff Runny. Mine Run. Mine Run, Sheriff Runny. Port swing resurgent back there was Masterwork in the photo with Ragtime Riches. Kadri last in. Kadri loading. Mr. Hustle 6-5. And they're off. Threes over deuces with a sharp break from the gate. Exculpatory on the inside and Kadri on the outside now moving along to third. And Whiskey and You is next and Plot the Dots. And Mr. Hustle is last of them all, is the favorite. Mr. Hustle last and 7 to close now. Exculpatory will lead the way against the rail down the backstretch run with threes over deuces a length behind in second, of the length and a half. Kadri is racing in third. Whiskey and You in between horses. Plot the Dots sent along on the inside. Plot the Dots just about to take that third position. And still Mr. Hustle trailing the field, held up in the back of the pack, heading onto the far turn. Exculpatory leading the way. Exculpatory from threes over deuces by a length and a half. In between horses, Whiskey and You. The inside is next to Plot the Dots, and Kadri is on the outside. Kadri pushing along 3 deep from third. Mr. Hustle trailing the field at the top of the stretch, above a quarter of a mile left to go. Threes over deuces coming at Exculpatory to put that head in front, and Kadri on the far outside. Mr. Hustle trying to fire up with a run. Now shifting toward the center of the track. Third of the stretch. Threes over deuces just in front. Threes over deuces, a furlong left to go. Shifting over to the rail. Gets away by 2 from Exculpatory. Mr. Hustle has to do just that. Has a lot to do. It's threes over deuces just in front. Threes over deuces. Kadri between horses. Mr. Hustle late to the seat of the outside. Exculpatory. Threes over deuces to win it. Kadri was in that photo with Exculpatory and Mr. Hustle in the far outside.
probably the most beautiful racetrack in the country, to be honest with you.
The background is just beautiful.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the grandstand and the racing.
The weather is beautiful. The facility is phenomenal.
The Gulfstream Championship meet has become one of the top events of the year. You could come out on a Wednesday and see a future Preakness winner.
They're off in the Preakness.
The Run Happy Santa Anita Derby.
Got the unique 6.5 down the hillside turf course.
A whole lot of great racing here in California.
And Laurel.
We have all three surfaces here, the only racetrack in the country to have all three surfaces. Being close to the ocean, being surrounded by some of the greatest horses and riders in history, it's amazing.
It's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. There's no one else has a background like we do.
Favorites in, factor it in. And they're off. Back in the woods and factor it in. War Toxin got a good start too. Likeable flashing up too. Likeable now and Sir Alfred James. They're coming 1-2 in that opening 16th of a mile inside War Toxin. Back in the woods is back in fourth while 3 wide. Factor it in settles to the back of the pack with Hopeful Treasure between horses. Always in a hurry's back there too. 5-6 lengths will cover them. Likeable's the pacemaker. Likeable for the far turn from Sir Alfred James. Back in the woods on the outside and War Toxin. Factor it in broke well, dropped back, but coming with another run is the favorite of the outside. Has moved all the way up to fourth within 2.5 or 3 of the lead. Hopeful Treasure is next, and trailing the field is Always in a Hurry. Likeable from back in the woods. Outside Factor it in. Sir Alfred James getting a good run between horses. Now 3 in a line, top of the stretch. Factor it in. Sir Alfred James. Now these two, final 3/16 of a mile. They get away by some 3 lengths out in the center of the track. Always in a Hurry. He's trying to stoke up a rally. Has moved along into third. Factor it in. Has come away with the lead from Sir Alfred James. In third, Always in a Hurry. Factor it in. Too much for them. Factor it in with a 16th to go. Sir Alfred James solid there. Was Always in a Hurry third. And then it was Hopeful Treasure and War Toxin. Minute 10.64.
The Maryland Jockey Club's Canter for a Cause cantered on with just over 300 entrants this year, coming from far and wide in this unique event to walk, trot, and canter over the famed Pimlico racecourse that showcased historic legends and champions. The only event of this type founded by Georgianne Hale. All benefits go to the renowned nonprofit, the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance.
Well, this is a great event. I think it really showcases the thoroughbred can come out here and ride and come back to the racetrack and not have any issues. It's a great event for awareness and fundraising, and I think it's a great community event, especially with these people bringing OTTBs, because when they bring them here and they get to showcase them in front of everyone else, I think it's really fun. And because it's close to Halloween this year, we've seen a lot of great costumes, so that's good too. I think a lot of people assume that the racehorse ever came back to the track that they would not be able to handle it. And we've seen today lots of horses come through the gate with little kids being let out, and things are fun. So yeah, I think once they're out of that racehorse mode for the most part, and they can come out to the track and enjoy themselves, and I think depending on what they're being trained for, they come back here and they know that this rider wants to canter slow or walk or trot, so it's good. It's good.
And they're off. Good break for Awfully Fast. In the Haunted Room on the inside. If then to the far outside. Voiceless Spring is trying to get up there. That early mix as well into the turn. Sweet Talia is next, followed by Miss Chamita. And Mo Fire to the back of the pack, racing second last position. And Red Wine Time is way back. Red Wine Time's got to be 18 lengths off that pace, and it's a good one too. It is Awfully Fast up front with 7 eighths to go from Voiceless Spring. The lead is a length, another 2.5. The Haunted Room is third by 2. And Sweet Talia is racing fourth, now 4.5 or 5 off that pacemaker. They're followed by If Then, and back to Mo Fire and Miss Chamita as the double digits back, and Red Wine Time is the laggard. And now with 5 furlongs left to go, Awfully Fast up top as the Haunted Room tries to move alongside of the Voice of Spring. A Voice of Spring is now third at the inside. It's Sweet Talia traveling in fourth. Another 4 or 5 lengths back. If Then is next, and Mo Fire the 2 path, followed by Miss Chamita, and Red Wine Time is way back still. Far turn run, Awfully Fast. The Haunted Room keeping pressure on under a drive at the outside. 5 lengths back. Sweet Talia, Voice of Spring is dropping back rapidly. Passed by Mo Fire, and If Then is next, and followed by Miss Chamita, still way back. Red Wine Time. At the quarter pole, top of the stretch, Awfully Fast, the Haunted Room, Mo Fire on the far outside. Sweet Talia's ground saving into the stretch, furlong and a half left to go. Awfully Fast hustle along with a 4-length lead. Mo Fire charging to the center of the track. Mo Fire gradually gobbling up the ground on the outside. Awfully Fast desperate to hang on for the last 16th of a mile. Mo Fire on the outside. One last ditch effort. The Haunted Room is third. Awfully Fast holding on to win. To win it by a length. From Mo Fire second, the Haunted Room followed by Miss Chamita and Sweet Talia fifth.
And we'll be back on Friday for Friday Racing. Post time 12:25. Keith Fustel and I will be on for Today at the Races at 11:25.